Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy Raw coming at you raw. Hope your day is all well and bless you for stopping by. God bless you. Let's get on with the video. Now check it. Look, we're gonna dissect the little words, or at least this little part of this huge article on The Wire. The Wire sat down with Albert Penello, Senior Director of Product Management and Planning at Xbox, and they had a big long conversation about the future of Xbox, generations and all that whatnot. But this is the big thing that I want to zero in on. I want to zero in on the part of the conversation when Albert Penello says, quote, "I don't want to break consoles. I love console gaming. I don't want to go to a new console every year system either. I don't think anybody wants to do that. But who knows what kind of new technologies people are going to think of," end quote. Now look, from that little bit of, that little thing I pulled off of the whole conversation The Wire and Albert Penello was having, in a way, if you look between the lines, when he says, "I don't want to go to a new console generation every year system either. I don't think anybody wants to do that, but," hold up, why there's a but is what I want to know. Why is there a but? He basically covers his butt if Xbox do go that route. Okay? He covers his butt out. Then this is what I am taking out of this. Okay? This is what I am taking out of this, yo. Let me say this right now. If technologies come out to where they could release consoles every year, just like how phones are getting released every year from Apple and from Android and everything. If consoles get to a point where the technology is there to put them out every year, I think Xbox will take it. Xbox is a business and they love money. Now, I'm going to shift it to Nintendo and Sony in a bit, but Microsoft, dude, they all about that dollar bill, y'all. Now, every business is, but Microsoft more so than the others. See, Nintendo, their stance on generations is still the stance they had since the beginning, right? Like they're gonna release a new generation from their last, and it's gonna last a long time, and then they're gonna release. Even when the Wii U was failing miserably, they ain't release a new one. They ain't sweep it under the rug. They just had it out there, just out there. And now with the Nintendo Switch, that's going to be here for a very long time until they release a new console or whatever they want to call their next. And now moving to Sony, their stance. Okay, I did a story or at least a video on this with the president of Sony, Sean Layton, saying they still believe in generations, right? They still believe in generations. Actually, that was Mark Sony, the lead designer, architect of the PS4. They were saying they still believe in generations. And I was just talking about Sean Layton talking about in a recent interview, PS4 Pro is just a better PS4. They still believe in PS5. PS5 is coming. And I made a video saying that's years from now. Sony doesn't want to let go of the PS4 until, I love this analogy I use, until if PS4 was a car, they're not gonna let go of that car until the rubber on the tires burn off. Like they're gonna run with PS4 until the rubber on the tires burn off. But going back to Microsoft, you could see this eventually happen for them. Phil Spencer already said they blurring the lines with generations over there at Xbox, over there at Microsoft when it comes to consoles. And Albert Penello saying he loves console gaming. "I don't want to go to a new console system, every year system either. I don't think anybody wants to do that. But who knows? End quotation. He's giving himself a way out of that. His own quote. He's giving himself a way out of his own quote in saying that but. And let me say this, if consoles come out every year on the Xbox side, I think Xbox will never be the weakest console. Microsoft will never have the weakest console. They will always have the up-to-date console, and Sony and Nintendo will be always the weakest. But this is the problem with that. The biggest problem with that is, would you buy a console every year from Xbox? Of course, the hardcore Xbox fans, those people who buy everything will, but will the masses buy an Xbox every year? And this is, I'm gonna go down two paths. A yes would be they would if Microsoft starts putting out games only on the Xbox, giving Xbox value, saying, look, these games are only on Xbox. You have to have an Xbox to play these AAA exclusives. If Xbox do that, then I will say yes. If Xbox do that, I will say yes. If they're putting out as much exclusives as Sony is doing, all up until 2020, then I'll say yes. But since they're not, I say a hard no. A lot of people won't do this. The masses won't do this because people don't want to buy a console every year, especially a console without any AAA exclusives. Like, I'm sorry, you know, PS4 Pro doesn't need to be bought. Sony doesn't need PS4 Pro. But when the PS5 comes out years from now, then people will upgrade because it won't just be a generational leap in hardware, in performance, and graphics. It'll also be years from when the PS4 release. You know, people will feel like they got their money's worth out of PS4, and then they'll move on to 5, where developers won't be held back. Now, I hope they have backwards compatibility on PS5, but if they don't, developers won't be held back by PS4 or PS4 Pro. They could go ham in the paint with their next games, and Sony will say and be able to say every game on PS5 doesn't have to run on PS4 or Pro. I want to know if Xbox do go the every year route. All right, would you guys support them? Will you buy an Xbox every year? All I know is Sony and Nintendo aren't doing that. They still believe in console generations. But Microsoft, whew, be careful, be careful, be careful. Because if you do this, fill in the blank in the comment section below. God bless you for stopping by. Please rate the video. Hashtag like, hashtag dislike. Put some feedback in the comment section below so I can get better to give you better content. Thank you. Also, please consider subscribing for more gaming news from console to PC and maybe even tablets and phones. But that's all she wrote. This has been Raw, coming at you raw. Pieces. Now this is gonna be a quick video because look, I called it, all right, Xbox One, a lot of people called it, I'm not gonna even lie, but Xbox One X is helping PS4 Pro. News come from Eurogamer.net. CD Projekt Red confirms the guys who are behind The Witcher 3